Fresh out the oven, straight to the bank. Ben's Hager smelling like bank. Seats, somebody died on them. Kitty looking like somebody cried on it. Ooh, what you looking at? What you looking at? Body like cinnamon roll. Icing on the top, if you got it, let's go.
If you got it, let's go, baby. Let's go, bitches. She said, what you looking at? What you looking at?
Right.
Girl, I love that song. It's just so fabulous.
Okay. We are back.
We are back, child. We took a little mini vacation.
A little impromptu. It was real impromptu. Like, ooh, I can't do it.
Like, not this week.
Not this week.
Child.
Not this week. Yes. So we are back and we are here with No Bra Wednesday. And it is what? Cocktails with the Sexologist.
Yes, honey.
With our girl, Sonya B, the sexologist. Yes, I mean, second Wednesdays are pretty damn hot, Sonya.
Yes, they always hot.
I just have to acknowledge you.
Girl, yes, thank you.
It's just us two. It's just the two of us.
It's just the two of us today. I tell you, I better start sending us some damn guests. No, I'm just joking. No, we gotta work on our child. It's just been busy. It's been busy. We have a lot in our life. Yes. For those of you who know, I moved all the way to Florida. And then I've been back and forth to DC. I don't know how many times since I moved. So all that traveling and being back, like just stuff. Life has been, it's been busy. Keeping up.
Yep, it is.
Yes, but it is time for Cocktails with a Sexologist. I'm excited.
God damn it. I'm Dr. Taj, your financial wealth coach. And y'all know my girl Sonya B, the sensuous certified sexologist.
Oh, wait a minute. Where are our banners? I guess they're not there. They're because you put that up there. Then when you take that away, it comes back, right? I think so.
We production too, child. So
yeah, we learning. No, but I mean the island name. I guess it shows up when you're done with that part.
Yeah, when they go, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. There they go.
So we are here. And
yes.
Sonya, you want to tell them what we got going on today?
Sure. Well, first of all, just tell you what I'm excited because it's National Masturbation Month. Hello, yes.
I'm excited about Masturbation Month. Why, Lord? Why?
You know this is a calling, and a bitch is a sexologist when she excited about National Masturbation Month. It's like I feel like I need to be in the streets with the symbols. Yes, I get excited at the idea of people exploring their self-pleasure. So I'm a nerd. I'm a sexy nerd like that. I get very
nothing wrong being a nerd, Nerd is where it's at. If you ain't a nerd, you need to ask somebody.
Exactly. So before we launch into all of the sexiness that we're going to talk about and all the masturbation, yes, God. We just as a reminder, we stream every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for No Bra Wednesday, where we let our girls let loose and we say it with our titties, hello, and we let some stuff off of our chests. And just join us next week. It's going to be No Bra Wednesday, so we're going to be talking about something we're not sure yet. I'm not sure what yet, but we will be talking about what we talk about. And then the last Wednesday of the month, of course, we are going to be talking about money with Dr. Paz. So with Money Moves with Paz, yes. But this is my week. Hello, and I'm excited because masturbation. I remember I did a whole talk in front of some women when at a conference once, and I was like, okay, so I'm not pushing masturbation, but I am
because you need to push it. You need to push something.
I be pushing it. I'm like, child, if you don't go fall in love with your genitalia, and really, actually. That conversation, that's a conversation that needs to be said for the women. Men ain't got no problem being in love with their genitalia. They are quite in love with. Let me tell you, this is their best friend, ride or die.
From straight out the womb.
Right, straight out the womb, holding on to it.
As soon as they find it, it's like it's on. Soon as
this my best friend.
Yep.
And we just like, huh? What? But we just have but see, part of this, we don't necessarily need to get into a place of shaming. Like, why are you not? Because it's evolving. You and I were just talking about watching Bridgerton. To me, the funny part about Bridgerton is the sex part too, because you get a chance to see how clueless we are as women, or we were, where it came to sexuality.
Oh my God.
They ain't teach them. They ain't teach them nothing.
Spoiler fucking alert right now. If you have not seen Charlotte,
You gotta
then you
watch it.
may want to watch this later. I'm
Oh my
sorry
God.
because we're about to fucking spoil this shit for you. But yes, the bitch had to draw pictures.
Girl, they had on a little stick figure showing it. Okay, and then he get it like this, and then he get it like, you didn't know. What did you remember the first two seasons of Bridgerton, where the one season the girl said, well, how do you get pregnant, and the girl said, you eat cake. So she told her that that's how you get pregnant. If you eat cake, that's how you get pregnant. So
who ended up
it's
was it her mother?
understandable.
Who ended up telling her in the first season? Was it one of the
It was
servants?
you know what it was.
It was
it
a
a
servant?
servant? Remember that she had somebody, it was like a family member that they had taken in, that had gotten pregnant, and she was like, well, she was pregnant and they didn't know how it happened, or the girls didn't know. Remember they got, the girl who got pregnant knew, but the other ones, they were speculating, how did she get pregnant? That's what she was like, oh, she got pregnant.
That's something. But it's not too far fetched.
You used to walk into your wedding night and just find out what the fuck was gonna happen to you.
Right. And there was no gentleness. It was just
straight savagery.
Right. You was just jumped on.
That poor woman in Bridgerton that was hitting her head up against the every time he was
Lady Danbury. She was
I was like,
poor baby.
I couldn't imagine. But it happens actually now. We have folks that's just like, it's your duty, and you just go and you allow yourself to be used.
And he get on top of you and do
and
his
he get on and do it. The Color Purple tried to tell us that's real.
Yes, we trying to shug Avery in this bitch. Because in the book, if you never read the book, Shug actually had Celie to get a mirror and look at her.
Hello, look at.
And she said, isn't it beautiful?
Mm.
She said, I didn't know it was that pretty. It's so pink. And she was just excited looking at it. Shug was the one. We got to teach each other, y'all. Not that I'm telling y'all.
We have to. We do.
Get up there with a mirror, but I'm just saying, you may want to look at it.
You do want to get in there with a mirror, though, and you want to take a look at it, because I thought about it when I was watching Bridgerton too. The Queen Charlotte. That how would you know what you have? Men have the luxury of knowing what they have because it's outside. As a woman, if nobody told you something was going to go inside, you wouldn't go looking for something. So you would just think, okay, this is just, there's some urine and stuff that comes out, but otherwise you're not thinking you have anything. You're not thinking you got a whole canal. No, you're not getting this. If you didn't go through sex education and nobody told you that you have a vagina, how would you know?
I hate to do this to you, but go get the golden pussy.
Oh, you want me to go get? Okay, yeah, you know what? It's something said to bring her with me. Okay, let me grab her real quick. Okay,
I'll prep them real quick. Okay. So I did. Yes, I said the golden pussy. So Sonya has this beautiful statue of the female genitalia, and it is amazing. It shows the true genitalia of the female organ, and not just the organs. It's not just the outside of vagina. We all can see that, but it goes to the inside. It is absolutely amazing, and she uses it as a great tool.
What?
Here we go. Where is it?
I should have listened, because I heard to get her. She's outside in the car, child. I still haven't unloaded the car.
Oh, Lord. Diana talked up the golden pussy.
I know. She's downstairs. She's in the car, because I have not unloaded from my trip yet. So, I have not had time to unload. So,
we're going to have Sonya do a nice 2-minute video just showing y'all the golden pussy, because it is absolutely amazing. I don't think most people know. Tell them about the clip. Tell them about the
About the
clip.
clitoris.
I
Well, I
sound like
mean,
I sound like Mahalia telling Martin. Tell him about the dream, Martin. Tell him about the dream, Martin. Tell him about the clip, Sonya.
right. Well, I mean, first of all, our clitoris, a lot of folks believe that your clitoris is just a little man in a boat. And that's what we're taught, because it is the part that is external to your body. And it's just the little, just a little pea,
Yeah.
little man sitting in the boat waiting to be stroked. So, and some of us have a hard time finding that. But anyway, and though that's only like 5% of your clitoris. You have 95% that is beneath the skin that stretches down around the opening to your vagina and causes all this. It has nerve endings. The clitoris has over 9,000 nerve endings.
9,000, y'all. 9,000.
Over 9,000. Over 9,000
And
nerve
y'all be
endings.
fucking with the little
And
piece.
it's the only part on the human body that is designed solely for pleasure. It has no other purpose. It is only to support you with experiencing pleasure. This is a whole bunch, just bundles of nerve endings. But we have so much, and that, to me, that's part of the reason why I promote masturbation. You have so much capacity for pleasure that you have not even tapped into yet.
Right.
Not even tapped into the surface. Have no idea what's possible. Just out here having bland, vanilla, missionary, bullshit ass sex.
Don't say that
Having
to the
no,
people.
no.
We
I'm
ain't saying your
okay.
shit
Okay.
bullshit. We saying
I'm
that
sorry.
there's a lot
I'm
more
saying there's
that you can
more.
add to your repertoire.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry. I'm not judging anybody's what you're doing. However, I'm saying that, why would we have, let's say, even a plate of bland food with no seasoning, no spice, no nothing, when there's so much other stuff that's available to you. But we don't know. It's almost like you don't know what you're missing. But the more you explore your body and you discover who you are and what you like, then the easier it is for you to like please yourself more, get more out of your sex life. And getting more out of your sex life is getting more out of life, period. Because
Right.
you are a different person when you're satisfied sexually.
Ain't it the truth,
A
man?
whole different, confident walk around this motherfucker like, bitch, try me. You have a different walk. It's like the equivalent of having $1 million in the bank. Like, in terms of how good you feel about yourself. I mean, it's not $1 million. However, it's the same, like knowing you got your shit together in some area. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I feel really good in this area. I'm maxing this out. And
Well,
so
it's
that's
a
it to me.
gateway too. It's a gateway to creativity.
Yes,
When you getting some, whether it be
girl,
on your own or with somebody else, it opens up creativity. I mean,
it
so many
does.
things can come to you, like because your mind gets a pathway, a clearance to
Right.
actually explore those areas that may have been stunted or blocked. That's the word I'm looking for. Blocked. It
You
it
are
reduces
blocked. You
blockages.
are blocked. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But in addition, the more happy you are, the more pleasure you feel, the more you are tapping into, like, allowing that creativity and your power to create to stream through you. I mean, happier people tend to have better lives. So it's like you have more at your fingertips in terms of your resources to create something different, versus when you're angry and frustrated and bitter and whatever it is, that just, you don't see as many possibilities in your life.
Yep.
You're
Yep.
not, you're not as open to new things. You're not as, okay, you're maybe not so much out of the box, willing to find other stuff. So yes, I think that, to me, sex gets such a bad rap, and masturbation gets an even badder rap. But it gets a better rap to me for women, because everybody knows men are masturbating. I mean, you may, in some cultures, from a religious standpoint, some men are told that you shouldn't be doing it, but for the most
Mhm.
part, it's pretty much understood that men are masturbating. It's
Right.
the women that I'm concerned about, that are just like, I don't have to. I'm not really into that.
Right.
And just what you're missing out on.
So what types of are there different names for different types of masturbation, or is it just a blanket term? Like,
That's a good question. Let's see. Different. You mean like what? Like calling it self pleasuring? you're not talking about, you're
Just
talking about
I'm talking
different
about
things that you
technical
could be
names.
doing.
Yeah, like technical.
Oh, you know what? Let me take a look. I don't know if I can't think of anything. I just have the blanket term masturbation. However, of course, it's such a broad term. There's so many parts of our sexuality that can be explored that um, there's so many different things that could be considered masturbation. Like, some people like their breast fondled. So being able to do that could be, it doesn't have to be this very strict term that unless I'm touching my genitalia, that's not
Okay,
masturbation.
that's something new. Okay.
Yeah. So like being able to exploring your body and seeing what causes you to feel pleasure. For somebody, it might be like rubbing their eardrums, or they're not eardrums, they're earlobes, or
Hello.
it might be, yeah, or it might be, sometimes massage can feel very, that's not necessarily masturbation, but it is certainly exploring your pleasure. But I believe sex is so broad that we try to contain it to just the genitalia, but it's not just that. It's like whatever has you feeling sexual feelings,
Right.
feeling turned on. So
Right.
yeah, and it's not just relegated to, okay, am I being penetrated by something?
So with it being, you said National Masturbation Month.
Yes, National Masturbation Month, the whole month of May every year is
So what
National.
I mean, are there some challenges out there, or what?
That would be nice. I know I've come across 30-day challenges to masturbate. Those are amazing.
Okay, a 31. Okay, National
A
Masturbation.
30 day to what?
31-day celebration of self love.
Yes, honey. And you talk about having an amazing month and discovering. So masturbation is really good also for discovering about learning about yourself, learning about your body, learning
Mm.
what makes you tick, what turns you on. Um, Kind of getting a better sense of who you are. So, what did you say? Let's see. So, some masturbation challenges. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Any challenges going on out there?
Well, I know that. I mean, to me, the idea of doing 30 days straight or some series, anywhere from like 14 to, or maybe even 7 to 30 days. But the whole idea is to consistently pleasure so that you are making time for it, because it's one of those things that we keep putting on the back burner, like, oh, I ain't got time tonight, or I don't have, it's like a something you may want to do, but you just don't make space for it.
Right.
And so being able to make space for it and recognizing masturbation is self-care, and this is a way for you to give yourself attention and fill your cup. Sex fills your cup.
All right, let's drink.
Just how I feel in your cup. So yeah, I've done the masturbation challenge with and a part of it is also not just because I think sometimes we have orgasm as the end goal for masturbation, but it really can be to give yourself a specific amount of time for just to engage in pleasure. So for some folks, you can even do that without actually, like when it seems like you're about to get there, stopping the action so that you pull it back a little bit, so that it's more than just, okay, let me do this for 5 minutes so that I come. It could be, oh, let me self pleasure for 30 minutes every day just so that I experience.
30 minutes, girl.
Yes, goodness. Yeah. Well, that's too
Well,
long.
how long is the normal sex act for our age group?
Oh, why? Oh, what, 30 minutes is too long.
No, I'm just saying. I'm like, what do we have some real statistics?
Oh, let me see. Let me see. How long is, let's see, how long is masturbation?
They said
Well,
okay.
again, it depends on whether you're going to climax, which is normal. Most people want to go to climax, but I'm talking about doing it where you are just looking at giving yourself space for pleasure. That it
Okay,
not necessarily
let me
be
read
just,
what I
okay,
found
sure,
on
sure, okay,
healthline.com.
okay,
I
sure.
put in how long should sex last? And it says, what's the average duration? Vaginal sex typically lasts 3 to 7 minutes, according to a 2005 Society for Sex Therapy and Research member survey. According to the survey, vaginal sex that lasts 1 to 2 minutes is too short. Vaginal sex that lasts 10 to 30 minutes is considered too long.
10 to 30. So do you mean people be talking about all night long? That's not.
Yeah, I think that all night is too long. I'm sorry. That shit is crazy.
I
Get
tell you,
off.
in not get off of me.
Fuck off me. I would rather have sex and then cuddle or touch or kiss or
Got
something
it.
like
Okay.
that
Well, that, but
versus,
that's all that
all
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
goddamn get fuck off me. I mean, this age got shit to do. I'd rather be doing something else. Shit.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Well, and though when I was talking about the 30 minutes, and it could be 20 or 15, but it's just like it is looking at places that you can explore what makes you feel good because a lot of times we're not in that exploration mode.
Right.
So we have a tendency to do the same thing over and over again and to get into a pattern with yourself and with a partner so that you're not really exploring yourself and discovering what you enjoy.
Right.
So to me, having when I gave myself permission to have more time, then it gave me more space to actually explore more of myself and to not just have the orgasm as the end goal. It's like the whole a pleasure was the goal.
Pleasure is the
So pleasure is the goal. Yeah.
I like that.
So of course I wanted to talk about some of the benefits. We've already kind of talked about benefits of orgasm and sex, period, anyway. But also talk about some of the taboos because we know that, even though we talk about having masturbating, it's a thing of getting over the hump for a lot of people because we've been told no so much of our lives.
Mm.
It's like I mean, for the in general, it's considered to be in some of our communities something that women should not be doing. Why are you laughing?
Somebody
What?
somebody comment said 10 to 30 minutes is too long. What stingy ass said that shit?
Oh, right. 10 to 30 minutes is too long. Right. I don't understand that because I'm like, I'm trying to go for a good little, yeah, Now you might want to take some breaks or, get some water. I like way looking up and it's 4 o'clock in the morning and we still at it.
Well, you can have that. I'm good. I might start and stop, but goddamn, all night, no, thank you. I'm good.
No, thank you.
Shit.
So
But
yeah,
we talking
so
about masturbation, right? We talking about masturbation. So get back
yes. Yeah.
on that.
So we have a lot of social stigmas around masturbating. We say it's okay. We kind of allow it, or at least we act like we allow it from men, because men still get a lot of flack about it too. It's like it's not said in a celebratory space. It's kind of, especially when our young boys start discovering themselves. It's like, oh, he in there with that damn lotion again. It's like it's it's said in a grossed out kind
You
of.
clearly have never had to wash a crunchy ass sock.
I have not.
Speaking
No,
for
no,
the
no,
speaking for the
no. That's
mothers.
not true. I had crunchies. I mean, I had boys,
Okay,
teenage
well,
boys in
I'm
my
saying
house.
to you, yeah, wash
Well,
your
I'm
own.
not right. Oh, I'm not saying that you want to touch the socks, but I'm just saying that we don't have as a culture an acceptance that says, "Oh my God, you're masturbating. That's awesome." It's kind of like it's like it's joked about. It's
Oh, yeah, okay,
it's
all
said
right.
in a way that's kind of almost like a mean spirited type of way. It's kind of and it's certainly, and we attack it. We attack it and we attack the person. So I can understand why people don't feel safe at the idea of it, because if you just said, "Oh yeah, I was masturbating," it's like you would get kind of
I mean,
people's
because it's a
faces.
private, I don't think people going around with I masturbate on their shirts. You know what I'm saying? It's a
I
private thing.
would.
I'm not. I still think it's a private act. It's not a conversation I would have. Oh, yeah. Even though friends of mine say, well, texting, what you doing? About to go rub one out.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
old
Right.
Negro shit. But, okay. That's not
Well, I,
something
I think it's a
I would.
difference between it being a private thing and being something that's condemned in society,
Mm-hmm.
because it certainly can be private, but still can be celebrated. Like, oh, you're doing okay. We're not gonna broadcast it, but it's looked at as something of beauty or something that is amazing or something that's powerful instead of, mm. We have a lot of languaging in our culture that says that something's wrong with it. That you shouldn't be doing that, and a lot of judgment.
I think it's getting better. I mean,
it is definitely getting
it's definitely
better.
getting better. I just remember when Tweet had the song. Um,
Which one?
Ooh, there goes my shirt. I wore
Oh,
my
okay. Oh,
oh
okay, yeah.
my
Right,
that one.
right, right. Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my gosh, she's talking about masturbation."
Uh,
I thought that was awesome.
yeah.
She was touching herself. I mean, her whole song was about masturbation. She was like, it was just me and me, and I'm about to get it in. So I
Right.
know that I would say not that that song broke barriers, but it definitely started a major conversation around.
Things are changing, and that still doesn't mean that a lot of us have been brainwashed into the idea that it's wrong, it's simple, you should not be doing this. Or also it's an indication that you can't find a man, so so that means that you just lacking, as opposed to it just being an act that is amazing by itself. That somehow it's an indication of your failure to actually find somebody to have sex with, where it can be in and of itself, and then you still could be like, okay, and you either have partnered sex or not. But I don't
Gotcha.
think it has to be like either or okay, I don't need that because I have a man. Because there's so
Gotcha.
much that's lost
I
with
think it all
you
goes
be
together.
it does, and but there's so much that's lost without with you not it's like the whole give yourself love first. So often we're out there looking for something externally that you ain't even bothered to give to your damn self.
I think
So
it's important because if you're not being pleased, you can actually show your partner how you get to where you want to be. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. Yeah.
Like I'll show you. Did everybody want? Did you come? All this shit. That question. Sometimes you don't, and you may have to get yourself there. You
Right.
can show your partner, like, okay, either you can watch, or I'm gonna get myself there, or whatever. So I think it's a good thing to share with your partner,
Exactly.
and they
Yeah.
can show you, male, female, whatever, whoever you're with, they can show you what they like. You can see how they're touching themselves.
Yeah, that is a good way to actually show your partner, is to be able to touch yourself and have them see how you actually pleasure yourself so that they can see what you like. And I think another thing that it actually supports with is the more you actually, one, just engage in sex, but also that you're able to kind of get to know yourself, the more your relationship around sex changes. That's going to make it easier to talk about, easier to experience, easier to for you to feel more comfortable, because we have so many people that feel very uncomfortable just talking about it or talking to their partners about it or admitting that they even have sex. So it's like this thing where you get to that expanding of you and your relationship with yourself is going to expand how you're able to be around sex, period.
Right.
And it's gonna, and I believe it also is gonna expand your boundaries, because and that to me gives you a lot more courage to say, okay, yeah, no, that doesn't work for me.
So what about somebody said ain't never had no crunchy socks. So mama used to ask why there are so many paper towels in the trash can.
Not the paper towels. You said
Right.
all the bounding.
Right. So can you masturbate too much?
Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. You certainly
Okay.
can.
Get
It's just
into
like
that.
anything that you can do too much. I would
Get
say
into that.
if you are masturbating to the point that it is causing it's an interruption in your life. Like you can't get shit done. You can't seem to function in terms of it's getting in the way of you being able to maybe handle your life or wanting to actually engage in other activities. It's like being a sex addict. So it just
Mm,
happens to be a sexual addict with yourself, but it is possible to overdo it. Now, it's not possible. So now I know a lot of people think overdoing it means, oh, I can desensitize myself, and it's not so much desensit,
desensitization.
des, okay, it's
Desensitization.
not so much as you desensitize yourself. It is
Right.
that you teach yourself a certain way of having an orgasm or a certain way of experiencing pleasure. So it's just like muscle memory, or it's like, basically teaching your body a certain way so that it gets used to a certain thing. So it's not that you are desensitized; it's that you have just gotten very acclimated to a certain way of doing it.
Mm,
So what you want to do is make sure that if you are doing solo play, that you are mixing it up so that it's not always the same thing, so that your body doesn't just get trained that this is the only way you can come. You can do that also with just sex in general.
right.
I mean, with intercourse, not sex in general, because I don't want to use the word sex to say that that's sex and this isn't. Intercourse gets to be called intercourse, and sex is like all of it.
Got you. So
Yeah. So
you have sex and then you have intercourse. So intercourse is the actual act of
intercourse is penetration.
penetration. Okay.
Sex is all of it, which is oral, which is, it's all of, but we have a tendency to call sex just penetration because
Right.
we look at sex through a male lens. It's been very male centered in the sense that sex has to do when a man penetrates um, the female form. That's not the definition. We're moving out of that definition, and we are actually encompassing more of what sex can be, so that it's not so narrow in terms of the definition. Because a lot of that definition actually leaves a lot of women's pleasure out of it. Because there's a lot of women that don't necessarily come because of penetration. So that
Hmm.
you may need oral sex, but then that's considered foreplay or not really considered sex.
Got you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
masturbation is under the umbrella of sex.
Yeah, yeah, that's sex. It's just
Yes.
sex with yourself. But
Right.
we want to put it under like, okay, so you're like, okay, going to have sex. But we have people that will say, I'm not having sex, but you having sex with yourself. It's sex.
Right.
You're having sex. You may not be experiencing partner sex. You may not be having intercourse, but you're having sex. It just happens to be with yourself.
Got it. So what do you want to tell the people about masturbation? Did you have anything specific that you wanted to share today?
First I wanted I wanted the main thing that I wanted to talk about was our perception of it, and
Mhm.
the wanting to break past the idea that somehow um, that it's wrong or bad or something you should not be doing. But in addition, being able to understand the benefits, like we already talked about, which is that you get to discover more of yourself, and you get to have more pleasure, and you get to do better in an actual partner sex, because the more you know about your body, the more you can explain to your partner. So I think those are the biggest things that I wanted to talk about,
Got you.
and really play up how important it is. Because I feel like it gets a bad rap. Like, that's something you should avoid. Um, and somehow you're horrible for actually participating or entertaining it.
Got you. Well, I hope our folks and grown ass women shit don't think it's I hope we're a little more evolved, but I'm sure we have some folks who
No, girl, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. Cause I would think that. So I think that we all are grown folks in our way.
mm-hmm.
You got some people that's grown, like you got people that's grown with their money, and then some of us is just like, nah, we learning. And you got some people that's grown with sex, and nah, I'm learning. And you got people that's grown in relationships, and then there's other people that's grown as parents. Like we all have areas that we're good in, and then we have areas that actually, nope, I'm just figuring this shit out. And I'm discovering more and more the more I talk to women, how many women are just like, how much we are very insecure when it comes to the bedroom. Like, don't feel like I know what I'm doing. Not, and I think because I hang around so many women that I feel like that all, they all are like, oh yeah, girl. I think because all of my friends are similar to me, not all of them, but a lot of them are similar in the sense of
Mm-hmm.
how their attitude towards sex. I'm surprised
Yeah,
when
it's
I
a little
find,
jading.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised when I find other attitudes that are like, oh, I didn't realize that this is also the female experience.
I
Like,
forget to.
yeah, and I think it's easy to assume that grown ass mean, girl, we out here getting it in, but that we still, I mean, we have to look at the fact that there's still grown women that are not having orgasms. Do we understand that is, or that it's really challenging to have an orgasm,
Okay.
or that we also have body issues that say that, okay, I don't want to, I don't feel comfortable with my body. I don't, it doesn't make me want to have sex. That's another benefit of masturbation. You get to fall in love with your body
So
and
what do
feel
you
more comfortable. Okay, go ahead.
So what if you've masturbated, had sex or whatever, and you're still not getting an orgasm? Then what's the suggestion with that?
I would recommend seeing somebody like, say, a sexologist that can, well, either that or maybe a book that can maybe walk you step by step through what some of the things that you may not know that you could be trying, that, and also just maybe working through some of what has you not having an orgasm, because it's different reasons or different things that could be in the way. So sometimes talking to a professional that can help you explore what's happening that's having it not happen.
Right.
Yeah, because when you're in it, it can be a little challenging to see, well, what is the thing that's in the way or what's blocking. But there's so many different things that could be blocking, in terms of whether you're there completely mentally. We've been talking about being present, whether you're even fully present or not. Orgasms take being present a lot. Well, they can, especially when they've been challenging. And then for some of us, once you get used to doing it, then you can actually have one. Maybe you don't have to be as focused.
Right.
Yeah, so I would say I would need to explore with that person, looking at, maybe whether it's the attitude about sex, maybe it could be technique, whether, and then maybe not exploring enough of your body, because we all assume that, okay, you do it this way, this is what's supposed to get you off. That's not true for everybody. For some people,
Hmm.
you can just rub their breasts and they have an orgasm.
Right.
That's not, so everybody has almost like their thing.
Gotcha.
And being able to have an orgasm has a lot to do with being aroused. And what turns you on is so different. It's so broad in terms of what turns somebody on. Soft lights and music and just the right, how just the right song can set your ass off. And for some people, that song would mean nothing to them.
Yeah, and communication is a huge part of it. Just
Mhm.
ask.
And right, and a lot of times it has to do with the energy, the energy in the relationship, where where you guys are in terms of whether you are connected. Sex is such a mental. Your brain is your biggest sex organ, and
And
for
I would,
women, it's a lot. It really is a. It happens to be a lot more. But what were you about to say?
I would say check your ego at the door. Act like you
Yeah,
know nothing
yeah, yeah.
and ask the question, because you may have been with somebody for 20 years and you still ain't getting it right. And women, I mean, we all can fake orgasm, but women more so than men, they may be thinking they were knocking that shit out the park. You know,
Exactly. Right. Well, yeah.
so
And
it's
that's
just
part of the.
yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes it's also shedding a lot of old baggage, a lot of emotional and mental baggage, and
right.
even shame around, just the shame around the idea. To me, I have women more often than not, tell me, so I'm glad that I learned with you that I'm not broken.
Mm,
So if you're walking around thinking you're broken, that is blocking what's possible for you in the bedroom, because you're like, well, something's wrong with me. I don't either my body doesn't behave correctly, it doesn't smell right, look right, feel right, whatever it is. And so it's hard to get to pleasure when all you're thinking about is, oh, what's wrong with you.
right. And
Yeah.
menopause can do that too.
Girl,
Menopause
yes.
is we talk about menopause a lot, but that shit changes your body a lot. This is
Oh
it's not
yeah.
the same old 25, 31, 35 year old, body where
Girl.
you may be, for some women it can be devastating sexually, you know. So
Exactly. And so it's like learning a whole new body and discovering
mhm.
who you are. And, in addition to all the other stuff, all this other stuff, just life can impact
That too, kids,
yeah, yeah. But
major
that's,
events.
why also more practice helps. So that whole idea of 30 days of masturbation, or, having time that you are setting aside and saying that this is important. Because if you we having sex once a month and you wonder why I'm not figuring this out, it's not frequent enough. It's like, okay, how are you going to, if you were thinking you were trying to be a star basketball player, you ain't gonna think you're gonna go shoot hoops once a month and you're gonna somehow figure it out.
Right.
It takes practice.
Yep.
It
Yep.
takes exploring. It takes patience. It takes being gentle with yourself. It takes, learning, observing, seeing, oh, if I do this, my body does that. Like, oh, okay. It takes being with. So I think a big part of it is being willing to be with yourself. And I think that's really big for a lot of us because some of us have such challenges with ourselves, we're not really willing to be with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You want somebody else to be with you, but you don't want to be with your damn self.
Right. Start with you first.
Start with you. Enjoy yourself. So yeah. So and then just in terms of we talked the last show that when did I do that show that we were talking about the benefits of sex and orgasm and all of that
You have
stuff?
a
Because
couple
that's a
of
whole nother show. Because I don't want to go
Mhm.
through all of that in terms of the benefits because
No.
there's so many benefits of sex that we talked about already. But yeah, but besides the actual physical and mental, just understanding the benefits of how it's going to transform your relationship with your sexual self. It's like you have to form a relationship with your sexual self.
Right.
Who is she? And she's not your regular self that walks every day around your life. That's a whole different being that you get to discover and find out who she is and give her the space for expression. But a lot of times we don't. And that's a cultural thing.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So now the other thing. So we talked about some of the taboos and the stigmas, and that's really I think that again, if you're having a challenging time being able to get beyond that, then it may take talking to a professional like myself so that you can see what the beliefs are and how they are stopping you from being able to move forward. Because some of these things are really deep.
Right. And I mean, you can start with some of the obvious stress. My God, we're under so much stress.
Yeah.
And masturbation definitely can lower your stress levels.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
at
Well,
least,
definitely.
yeah.
Oh yeah, in terms of the benefits, yeah. But I was just talking about, and I was talking about, and though being able to get beyond the thoughts that would have you not do it, because it's hard
Right.
to get, let's say, your grandmama out your head to say that you should never,
Mm,
ever. So then every time you're trying to do it, you are hearing that. Nasty girls do that. So then how do you get beyond that to be able to say, okay, it's okay for me to do this and that I am not nasty? So it takes actually that adopting new beliefs. And I was saying that working with somebody to help you unpack those and discover what that is. Because a lot of that is sexual trauma. We just don't realize it.
mm.
It's ways that you have been taught to reject your sexual self. And it takes healing that trauma in order to reconcile with your sexual self.
Now that's a whole nother.
Girl, that's a whole yes, because I mean, and actually, we didn't even talk about trauma, but there's so many ways that until we handle our trauma, and we have a lot of it in terms of being touched and treated improperly, and having our sexual selves violated, that would have you want to hide that away from because you don't want to experience that level of violation again.
Right.
So, but the thing is not to cut yourself off from it, but to find like how, find the courage and the appropriate avenue to support you in healing that, so that you can be whole again and take back your power,
Okay. I think that's
girl.
a good. Yeah. You have anything else to say about it? Because I think that's a good way to.
Yeah, right, right. Well, one more thing, because I think with me just saying power, I think the reason that I push masturbation so much is, to me, I really feel like there's so much power in our sexual selves that we are missing the boat on. And there's an opportunity to take back our power in that area so that you really almost tap into, I don't know, it's just like I wanted to say diva, but it's not diva. It's like Queen Charlotte. It feels like there's a depth of your of your you being clear about who the fuck you are.
Well, it's a primal act So
Okay.
it's primal. I mean, since we got here, everybody been
Yeah.
fucked.
Yeah.
That's how we stay here. Fuck.
Right.
If
Yeah.
we break it down to the reason we're here and take away all of the industrialization, all of the technology and all that stuff, at the end of the day, we're here to procreate, to have sex. We have these organs that are specifically for pleasure, and it feels great to have sex. So it's a primal act. It gets you to your I would say I can't think of the word, but I want to say like your baseline. It like
It's like a
it
groundedness.
clears all the other bullshit. It gets you
All
back to
right.
it grounds you. That's what I'm talking.
Yeah, that's why I said, yeah, I was saying
Grounding.
it's grounded. And so I feel like when we don't really always know what it feels like to operate from your groundedness or your centeredness or your clarity. And there's something about a sexually empowered woman that is very, very powerful, because that sense of knowing yourself has you having even a different way of expressing in the world. So I think that I talk about it so much because of the difference that I see with somebody who is operating from that and somebody who isn't. It's like it's almost like there's some type of insecurity or fear of yourself until you get really clear about that. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Yes, ma'am. So yeah, so that's it. National
Masturbation Month.
Masturbation Month. It's time to get it in. Find there's all sorts of stuff out there to use. Look at it. Join a challenge.
How many more days? Because yesterday was actually the first National Masturbation Day. So yesterday was actually the day, and now it's evolved into a month.
Oh,
So
okay.
now you have 21 days. 21 days. You can start
Yeah.
as soon as you turn this off. Don't
Is a
start.
girl going in there, light you
Do a
some
21-day
candles
challenge.
and do a tribute. Get your mirror, talk to her, tell her how you ready to reconnect.
Apologize to her.
Girl, apologize for hello, for abandoning your sexual
Mm-hmm.
self, and then choose
Apologize.
to reconcile. And it's gonna be me and you.
Yeah.
Yeah, step back and take back your power.
Get your friend back.
Anywho, so that is a segment on masturbation. Um, we are going to be back for No Bra Wednesday next week. Oh, well, I guess I should just do my outro. So, just as a reminder, we stream every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for No Bra Wednesday. So you want to catch us next Wednesday. And we're going to be talking about, we don't have a topic yet, but we'll be here, and we can't wait to play. We should probably do story time next week, just to, if we can get it together. Yeah,
Okay.
but we'll see.
We can do that. We can do that.
Yes, ma'am.
All
So
right. Well, thank y'all for joining us on another No Bra Wednesday Cocktails with the Sexologist with our resident sexologist, Sonia B. I'm Dr. Paz, your financial wealth coach. And we will see you all next week with, I think, story time. I think we're going to do
I think we might do story time. Yeah, let's consider doing that.
Yes. So love y'all. Bye-bye.
Yes, bye-bye.
Fresh out the oven, straight to the bank. Ben's Hager smelling like bank. Seats, somebody died on them. Kitty looking like somebody cried on it. Ooh, what you looking at? What you looking at? Body like cinnamon roll. Icing on the top, if you got it, let's go.